Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Why Are People Like This? AKA Reddit stories that make you question humanity. So grab your snacks, because today we've got controlling parents, lazy husbands, vasectomy secrets, and one girl who just wanted a dorm room without guilt-tripping therapy attached. Let's go. First story. Would I be the asshole if I tell my daughter she has to move if she can't follow my house rules? My daughter just turned 20. I don't ask that she stays home every day, and for the most part she is home every day. She didn't register for the fall semester and claims she will for the spring. She's been really relaxed about job hunting. For the most part I tried to keep an open mind and understand that she may be just figuring herself out. Rarely does she go out. But she has been smoking Zaza a lot. I am worried about that. When she does go out she always wants to come home at 2 a.m. or after. I keep telling her nothing good happens after 2. And I try to make her understand that as a parent I'm up worrying about her until she comes home. She just says I'm trying to control her, and I'm not. She can leave and come whenever she wants, just not at 2 a.m. Today I told her if she can't respect my rules, she can't stay with me. All she heard was I'm kicking her out. She says I'll never see her again. She's my only child. I don't want her to just disappear, but I also don't want her disrespecting me and my rules. Any suggestions or advice on how to rephrase this? Okay. So mom's like, my daughter is 20, doesn't have a job, doesn't go to school, smokes weed, and comes home at 2 a.m. I told her nothing good happens after 2. All right, first off, if you have to say I'm not trying to control her more than once, you're trying to control her. But also, nothing good happens after 2 a.m.? Girl, nothing good happens before 2 p.m. for college kids. And the daughter says, you're trying to control me, while living rent-free, smoking, and doing nothing. So, both of them are right and both of them are annoying. Reddit comments basically said, ma'am, you can't say she can come and go whenever she wants, except when you don't want. That's like saying, you're free to swim, but don't touch the water. Verdict. Everyone sucks here. Mom's controlling, daughter's freeloading, and the weed is the only one chilling peacefully. Am I the asshole for telling my brother's wife that being a stay-at-home mom doesn't mean being a stay-in-bed mom? My brother, male 27, and his wife, female 25, have a 5-month-old baby. He works for long hours while she stays in home to take care of their baby, and I live about 10 minutes away from them and drop by sometimes to help. But lately, every time I go there, she's in bed scrolling on her phone or saying she needs a break. The house is a mess, bottles everywhere, laundry not done, dishes in the sink, baby crying most of the time. Last weekend, my brother called me saying he was losing it. When I got there, he was trying to cook dinner with one hand and holding the baby with the other. His wife was literally in bed watching Netflix. I ended up feeding the baby, cleaning up a bit, and helping him calm things down while she stayed in bed the whole time. After that, I went to her and asked if she was okay, and she replied, yeah, a bit exhausted. I can understand that being a new mom is rough for people, but my brother works 40-50 hours a week and still helps with the baby, so I lost my cool and said, being in home doesn't mean that you always have to be in the bed scrolling and watching TV shows. She started to cry and complained to my brother. Now he is mad at me for hurting her. I literally don't have anything against her, I just felt bad for him doing everything by himself, and he is still mad at me for that. Am I the asshole to say these things to her just because I wanted to help my brother? This woman walks into her brother's house and finds chaos. Baby crying, dishes everywhere, wife in bed scrolling TikTok. So she decides to say, being a stay-at-home mom doesn't mean being a stay-in-bed mom. And Reddit said, YTA, she probably has postpartum depression. And you know what? They're right. Because if I had a 5-month-old no sleep and a husband who works 50 hours a week, I too would be horizontal with my emotional support phone. You don't walk into a new mom's house and roast her for surviving. That's like walking into a war zone and saying, could you at least vacuum? Verdict, YTA, and mind your own bed. Am I the asshole for being upset my husband gave away our roasts while I slept? I went to the store and bought 2 roasts for a total of around $40, veggies, etc., and made both roasts, so the cost with everything was probably 50 plus. I had been complaining to my husband recently that I'm tired of cooking big meals for every meal and how much it's draining me. I spent all night cooking these roasts. I did this so we could store the extra and use it for a few days to give me a break. I was so tired today, so he took over with the kids alone and told me to take a nap. We normally parent together, but when one of needs something, we take over to help as couples should. When I was napping, he and the kids ate some of the roast, and then he gave the rest to my sister's family. He says I'm upset for no reason, as he didn't think we had room in our fridge for the bowl it was in. We have Ziploc bags I was going to put it in. And now that's like $50 worth of food that went to one meal. To clarify something, I didn't eat any, but I don't eat meat, so he knew I wasn't going to. So after I got up, I had to cook dinner for myself, him, and the kids because there was basically no roast left. I do feel like I should have specifically mentioned that it was meant for a few days, but there was so much I never thought he was going to give it away. I'm not yelling or anything, I just got really silent and he knew I was upset. I normally wouldn't have cared if he shared with them, but this was such an expensive, time-consuming meal. My husband doesn't do most of the cooking, because I can do more balanced diet for the kids and he works from home, so it makes it more convenient. Update for clarification. My sister made chicken noodle soup from scratch yesterday for all of us too, but we gave her ingredients for it as well as it was a planned meal. She's making pizza from scratch for us tomorrow, and again it is a planned meal, so we supplied her with our share of ingredients for that too. She knew he said there was no room in the fridge and they ate their portion for lunch. He did not tell her it was an accident like some people interpreted. Ma'am spent all night making two $50 roasts so she wouldn't have to cook for days. She naps, wakes up, and poof. Husband gave the leftovers to his sister's family because the fridge was full. Sir, you gave away her meal prep, her peace, her sanity, and you didn't even check for Ziplocs. The betrayal smells like burnt beef and divorce. Reddit. NTA. Is your husband actually dumb? Honestly, it's giving weaponized incompetence. Verdict. Husband gets one roast of shame. Am I the asshole for telling my fiancé he must disclose his vasectomy to his parents before they keep blaming me for no grandkids? My fiancé's parents have spent the last year joking often that I'm selfish for not giving them grandkids since they love kids and want a grandkid so bad. At every dinner I get needled about timelines, fertility, and my age. My fiancé had a vasectomy at 26, his choice preemie, and we're both fine being child-free. He refuses to tell them because it's private, but also won't shut down the blame when it's aimed at me. I told him either he discloses enough to stop the narrative or I will, in whatever words are necessary, to remove me as the scapegoat. He's silent about it and only said that I am forcing him, acting like he is the victim. All in all, I just don't want to take public hits for a decision that isn't mine, and I won't sit there while they rewrite me as the problem to protect his comfort. I'm done being the clown. Am I the asshole? So the fiancé had a vasectomy years ago, but lets his parents blame her for not giving them grandkids. Excuse me? Sir, you're literally sterile and letting your mom roast your fiancé at dinner like it's Sunday brunch. He's sitting there quiet while she takes all the hits. You know what that is? Cowardice in HD. Reddit said it best. Don't marry a fool who can't stand up to his parents. Verdict NTA, but dump him before you're forced to buy matching adult diapers together. Husband lied for 7 years. I, 34 female, met my husband, 39 male, over 10 years ago, but officially became an item in January 2015. In January 2016, we got engaged, bought a house in August 2016, and planned our wedding for September 2017. All was good. A month or so before our wedding, I went away with a friend for the weekend to see a gig. The next day, when I texted and asked how his evening went, as I knew he went out with colleagues, I got a vague response about it being good and meeting up with a friend after. I asked who, and got shunted with an answer of, just a friend, someone I know from the gym, where he worked at the time. Now we have always been completely honest with each other, named friends, and even described them if the other person is likely to have seen them. We live in a small town. I tried to ask him about it, but I got nowhere. Even after getting home and writing him a letter, I still got nowhere. He continually said nothing happened. I put it to one side and we got married, got a dog, and later had a child, now 5. Our marriage hasn't been perfect, and over the last year, arguments or disputes, we have never shouted at each other, have escalated. After one particular argument, 7 years into our marriage, when he said he has never given me a reason not to trust him. I brought up this example, he finally caved, and he said she kissed him and he was so embarrassed he didn't say anything. I am furious not because of what happened, but how easily and for how long he lied about it. He thinks all is okay, but I'm struggling. Am I the asshole here for not letting it go? So she found out that before their wedding, her husband went out, said nothing happened, then 7 years later admits, oh, she kissed me. Right. And I accidentally tripped and fell into a new man. Happens all the time. Reddit. If he admits to a kiss after 7 years, there's more. Exactly. He waited almost a decade to give you a light version of the truth. Verdict. He didn't just lie for 7 years, he marinated that lie. Am I the asshole for not wanting to switch dorm rooms with my roommate even though she says it's the right thing to do? I, 20 female, live in a college dorm with my roommate, Tara, 20 female. We got paired randomly last semester and honestly, it's been fine, we're not best friends, but we coexist peacefully. Here's the issue. Our dorm building has 2 types of rooms, standard ones like ours, and the premium ones that are slightly bigger and have private bathrooms. A few weeks ago, a student dropped out, and one of those nicer rooms opened up. Housing decided to give it to me because I've been on the wait list since last year. When Tara found out, she got really upset. She said that since she has anxiety and needs her own space, it would make more sense for her to move into it instead. I get that she does have anxiety, but she wasn't even on the wait list. She never applied for a room change or mentioned wanting to move until now. I told her I was excited about the new room and that I'd been waiting for months. She got passive-aggressive and said I was being selfish, and that if I were a good person, I'd let her take it. I said no, not to be mean, but because I earned that upgrade fair and square. Now she's been giving me the cold shoulder and telling people that I don't care about mental health. A mutual friend even texted me saying I should just let her have it, since it's not that deep. I honestly feel bad, but I also don't think I should have to give up something I waited for just because someone else decided they want it more at the last second. Am I the asshole for not letting my roommate take the nicer dorm room I was assigned? Main character energy here. Girl waits a whole year for a better dorm room. Gets it. And her roommate suddenly decides she needs it more because of anxiety. Listen, anxiety doesn't teleport you to the front of the housing line, sweetheart. And now she's guilt-tripping her roommate saying, if you were a good person, you'd give it to me. Okay, Mother Teresa, where was this moral compass when applications opened? Reddit? NTA. You can't even give it to her. It just goes to the next person. Verdict. Take your private bathroom and lock the door proudly. Am I the asshole for telling my BF I'm not going to be anything like his mom, and if he expects that we should break up? I am 24 female. My BF is 25 male. This past week we flew to his hometown, his grandma passed away, and we flew there to stay for 4 days. I don't actually have anything bad to say about his mom. She is very sweet, warm, and welcoming. My BF is number 5 of 13 children. The youngest is not even a year old yet. His family home is huge and very clean and everyone seemed great. The issue I have is she is and has always been a SAHM. While we were there, she was constantly busy. She did everything. She basically streamlined his dad's life. He doesn't have to do really anything at home. She cooks, she cleans, she looks after the children. She even does his laundry and ironed everything. His dad really didn't do anything at all. Apparently, she even takes care of the yard and gardens. All he does is maintenance. She also gets up before he does and makes his breakfast and lunch and gets everything ready for him, so all he has to do is grab it and go. He said once the kids get old enough they have their own chores and stuff, but she did a serious amount of work. His dad owns some sort of contractor business. As soon as he walked in the door after work, there was food on the table and no one was allowed to eat until his dad sat down and ate his first bite and told his mom it was good. The meal she cooked was absolutely massive. There was enough food to feed an army she was cooking most of the evening. It was very good, but holy crap, it was a lot. I asked him if this was special because of the guests, but apparently she always cooks enough to feed an army. Lunch was pretty much whatever was in the refrigerator you wanted. Breakfast was also a massive meal. I have no idea what time she got up, but it was a big breakfast. The family did at least clean everything up so she didn't have to clean, but holy crap, I do not envy her. When we were on our way home, my BF was talking about his family and basically saying how much he loved the way they live, and I told him I am absolutely not doing that at all. I don't want to be a SHM, I have a career I love. I absolutely will not be streamlining his life. I expect a basically 50-50 lifestyle. I'm not doing everything for him. He acted like he understood and said he didn't expect me to be exactly like his mother, but he did expect me to be home more if we had children. I basically told him if he wants a SM, we should break up and he can find someone else who feels the same. Now he is upset and basically told me he wanted some time. I haven't heard from him since Monday. I'm not sure what to do. Edit, holy shit. I was not expecting this to go sideways. I thought maybe 10 replies max. I just got off work. I'm so sorry. So to answer some questions, the oldest 8 children are all adults. They do not live there. They were just there for the funeral. The funeral was for his paternal grandmother. I do not hate his family, I just don't want to do that. They were all very nice. I believe his parents are happy. They seemed very affectionate toward each other. I have no idea how old his mother is or was when she started having children. I assume she is in her early 50s. She looked similar in age as my mom, who is 53. I do believe this relationship is over. I agree we are incompatible. I plan to call and talk to him tonight. This poor girl meets her boyfriend's family. Mom of 13 kids who cooks, cleans, irons, mows, and probably performs open-heart surgery before breakfast. Boyfriend. I love how my mom does everything for my dad. Her. Cool. I won't be doing that. Boyfriend. I need time to think. Buddy, what you need is a maid, not a partner. Reddit. You dodged a bullet. Yes. This isn't a relationship. It's an unpaid internship in 1950. Verdict. She's not the AH. She's the only one with Wi-Fi in that whole time warp. And that's it for today's emotional roller coaster, folks. We learned that 20-year-olds love weed more than curfews. Husbands shouldn't give away your meat. And sometimes family values just mean unpaid labor. If you enjoyed my emotional damage reading session, hit like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments, which story made you scream the loudest? See you next time, where hopefully nobody's giving away dinner or hiding vasectomies. Bye.